Here at PGF Court.
We will be discussing an important thing that happened at gameplay tonight at the PGF. Was this moment with Paul Ardila, or Ardila, whatever you want to call him, he changes it by the day. Was this a kill or was this a break?
So this is a cut and dry case here. The ruling on this was a break, and that doesn't need to change. It's easy to understand why someone like Kevin would overreach on something like this because he has a personal connection to one of the competitors. You've heard a bird in the hand is better than two in the bush. Well, you're going for two in the bush, and everybody knows when you go to the bush, you don't know what you're going to find. This is basically tappeth, snappeth, or nappeth. It's the rule of jiu-jitsu. It's common law. It's been around. It's in the Magna Carta. It's been around, you guys. I get if you're not cheating, you're not trying. Athletes are always trying to get more. The refs meeting was all about that today. There's no need to do this. This is not a Brazilian tap. No switcheroos. It was called clearly. It was an arm bar. You can see it. Paul went for the arm. Caleb tapped. It was ruled 3 points. Kevin's a liar.
Kevin has not said anything, so he has not lied yet. Kevin, we will now go to your opening statement.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm here today to represent my client, Mr. Quesadilla. And I need to say that there are not only one but two ways that this needs to be ruled a choke, or at least 6 points. I'm happy with either. But I really think that we need to address precedent set earlier today in the match with Elijah Carlton and Adam Bradley, where we need to talk about the effect a potential joint lock has on the spirit. I'm here to say that Caleb Crump tapped to a broken spirit, chose to quit, and there just happened to also be an armbar in the mix. Potentially, allegedly, an armbar in the mix. However, I think we need to take a strong stance, second argument, against fraud. And what Tim Freeman is doing here is fraud. This man is a liar. He is wearing a hat in a courtroom that is against the rules. Put a stop to it. No.
Thank you. Good Lord. Don't touch the equipment, gentlemen. We're going to start with cross-examination. Kevin, you have 1 minute on the clock. Your time starts now.
Tim, have you ever competed in the PGF?
No.
No further question. No. Tim, have you ever been in an armbar triangle?
Yes.
Have you ever been in one where simultaneously the armbar and the strangle are applying at the same time?
I can't recall.
That's perjury for sure.
I can't recall.
You're a black belt.
It was good enough for Ronald Reagan. It's good enough for
Is
me.
it
I can't recall.
senility or is it perjury? This is crazy.
Who's to say?
So you've never been in a submission where a strangle and a joint lock are being applied at the same time, perhaps a neck crank as well as a strangle?
Let me think about it.
No. He's stealing my time.
I don't remember.
It's all right. I'm giving you more time.
What are you talking about? It's not my fault.
You can't filibuster the court, sir.
Listen, no, I don't
justice.
remember. I can imagine somebody getting caught in that, right?
Okay,
but
you can
not
imagine.
me.
But not me personally. I don't get caught.
Wow.
Those viewers at home, and Your Honor, this happens all the time. And you turn to your partner after you tap them, because that's always I'm tapping them. I've never tapped before. And you ask, was it a crank or was it a strangle? And it can be both. I would argue that we are supposed to give the greater of those two. If the triangle is on when he taps, you get 6. You get the strangle.
Okay, thank you for your questioning. Tim, your cross-examination starts now.
Kevin, can you read minds?
That's extremely personal.
Can
you
read
specify
minds?
male or female?
Can you read the mind of a male?
Better than that of a female, yeah.
So you can. What am I thinking right now?
Both. No.
No, I'm thinking about a Sonic
wanna
double
go down.
bacon cheeseburger with cheese fries and 5-alarm chili. What are you talking about? Are you in Caleb Crump's body?
That's also extremely personal. What I do with my free time is my free time.
But are
sir.
you in his body?
Not currently.
Did you ask for consent when you were?
Always.
Relevance, sir.
Okay, I didn't think so. Listen, All you have to do is ask yourself this, Kevin. Answer this. If Caleb wouldn't have tappethed, would he have snappethed or nappethed?
I would like to refer to a video where both happened. We had this on our show. We had a triangle armbar where both were applied. I would say if he had not tapped, he would have gone to sleep and
he's
gotten his
eating into
arm
my
broken.
time right now.
That's
Your Honor.
9 points. Honestly, 6 is generous.
All right, let's get to closing statements. This has almost gone on for too long. I'm going to start with you, Tim Freeman.
Listen, I'm going with the official score. It was scored a break. It's a break. Kevin can't read minds. He's not inside Caleb Crumb's body as much as he would want you to believe he is. If you followed this through to its logical conclusion, if Caleb doesn't tappeth, he snappeth. That's a break. He doesn't nappeth. That's all you need to know. It's not a kill, Kevin. As much as you want it to be, as much as you want to suck up to Ardila, it wasn't. It's a snappeth, not a tappeth. That's all I got to say.
Thank you for that. Kevin, your closing argument time begins now.
It was both, right? You're in a triangle armbar. You are applying both. We should not allow someone to throw their arm out to take the lesser of two evils. The question is whether the triangle was on, and I think most people can see that it was. On a long enough timeline, he both snappeth and nappeth. That's 9 points. We are being extremely generous and only asking for 6. If Elijah Carlton can get 6 for heel hooking somebody, Paul Quesadilla can get 9, but we'll take 6.
Thank you for that, gentlemen. I'm intrigued by both of your arguments here. I'll start with Tim Freeman. Tim, you actually were arguing for the status quo. Now, listen, you did go a little awry when you said 2 in the bush. Now, I want you to just really think about your wording choices when you're in court, sir, because 2 in the bush, if you were to look that up on Urban Dictionary, may come up with a different result than maybe you were intending. Kevin, you were discussing Spirit. What is this? A cheap airline that we couldn't get you on? A Halloween store that's supposed to close now? I really want to rule a certain way on this one, and I'm intrigued by your arguments, but I have to say, during cross-examination, Tim, your refusal to cooperate with the line of argumentation was problematic. You were not answering in truth when asked. Mind you, you are under a court of law here. You were asked if you had ever been put in a triangle armbar. The answer is yes, because you've been grappling for over 100 years.
I said yes.
You said you couldn't recall.
I can't recall. I can't recall. I said I never got choked and
It's
armbarred
right
at the same
here,
time.
sir. I have written it down, thus it is law. And you know what? You also then asked Kevin if he could read minds, and we got to the Professor X portion of argumentation, and that made me start to check out mentally. The court rules today in favor of Kevin Sherrill. Having said that, it is the belief of this court that that sort of ambiguous ending should actually be 4.5 points. Neither of you argued a middle ground nor gave a compelling argument that settled this. Thus, we will have to revisit this in court at a later date, and I'm sure there is potentially something that will come up this week. If you guys would like to know one more additional reason why we ruled in favor of Paul Quesadilla,
Yeah.
he was wearing a Grappling Hour hoodies.
geez.
And other people here at this table do not own them. But you can go to rapisparza.com/merch to get your own. And I would tell you this, it is nice to have a handsome person wearing that, modeling that, showing that off here at the PGF. And we thank him because he did an interview with Alex Wendling and wore that hoodie. Before you say anything, shut up, Kevin.